Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video. Today I'm going to be recreating a look that you guys saw me post on Snapchat, and I asked you guys if you would be interested in me taking another shot at this and recording it. And I asked you guys to take a screenshot of it, and I got so many screenshots. I was so surprised. I never had gotten that many. So I thought, let me just recreate this girl, and I'm so glad I did because there's a couple things that I wanted to show you how I got the pigment or how I set my eyeliner and what kind of lip combination I did. I didn't film this when I first put it on, and after I finished the look I was like, damn it, why didn't I do it? Because I really liked the way it turned out. So I'm so glad that you guys were interested in it too and were wanting me to recreate it. So here's the look. I hope you guys love it. Let me show you all the steps. Alright, I'm going to start my eyes with the eye primer from MAC. I haven't used this one in a while, and to be honest, lately I just haven't been putting on an actual primer on my eyes. I usually would just put concealer and just set it, but I need to use this, you know? I use this all the time in my kit though, and I always squeeze out too much and waste product. The palette that I'm going to be using today is actually the 350 palette. It's just a product that I haven't used in a while, so I'm going to use this guy to kind of dust all over my lid. That one is honestly, it's one of the colors that I just love the most in this palette because it's such a neutral, but it's not super white on my skin. I mean, right now it looks it, but not the way the other one is. Alright, now I'm going to do my transition color. I always kind of go between this one, and yeah, actually these two. I'm going to stick to this one actually. I always do this one. And with this particular eye makeup, the way I did it in the pictures, it was pretty much put it all over like the transition. Like this. If you guys are wondering what my nail polish is, it's one of the gel polishes, like a gel kit nail polish. And all of them are stored at my sister's house, so I don't know what the names of them are. But oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with having gel nail polish. Like, I never used to get it. Well, I used to be a really bad nail picker, and now that I'm better at it, I can appreciate, I mean, even gel polish, like I will figure out a way to chip it, and it's just like so satisfying because it peels off perfectly. It's like a nervous tick that I do when I'm like nervous, or yeah, usually nervous, and I always notice it after the fact. I'm like, oh, I must have been nervous. So anyways, now that we're doing nail polish, like I don't know what to do with all my other nail polishes, so I'm gonna see if my little sisters can take those from me. Alright, when I recreated this look, to be honest, I was like, oh, it's kind of just very simple, but you guys asked me to recreate it, so I'm like, okay, fine. It's gonna be really simple. This is the next color, and then I'm gonna use this corner color right there. So this next color is a beautiful, it's very similar to like Swiss Chocolate by MAC. So I'm gonna place the product on the very corner, kind of like where my lashes end, and then buff it upwards. So it's okay that it's a little bit like targeted. Now you have like a nice crease there. And I realize I never say what brush I use because half of them don't even have labels. Now I'm going to take this color, which is very, very pigmented, and it's very like chunky. So I like to tap a little bit off with my nail. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of the Milani, what is this called? Make It Last spray. I stocked up on these. I have two more as a backup. They're such, the spray actually is like so good. It's probably why I love it most, but I'm going to put that all over the lid. Make sure you get at the very base of the lid. I might have to kind of get some more of that. And with the way my eye shape is when I look straight, a lot of the lid kind of disappears, so I kind of bring it up a little bit higher than my actual crease. If you have those kind of eyelids, you just try that. It feels unnatural because you just want to stop at the crease, but just go a little bit above the crease, and you may find out that you love that because it's going to show your colors. And I'm just going to take the blending brush that I did on my corner, like for the V section, to buff out the edge. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, and I really make sure that I kind of swipe it on to the eyelid where it's super, super pigmented, but then as I get closer to the crease, I'll kind of taper away. Okay, so now that I have like most of that on my eyes, I'm going to take another brush and I'm going to take that first color that I used and just kind of buff that on the brow bone. And I like to do this, especially with this color, because it just kind of blends and buffs everything very, very like smooth. So now you have like a nice transition from here as opposed to this one right over there. And I never remember to do this because I don't like open this palette every single day, but this color is literally like the best color for this. I just need to get like an individual or something. I'm just kind of wiping a little bit of the eyeshadow that might have fallen. And then for moisturizer, I'm going to use this guy. This is the Embryolisse Hydra Matte Emulsion. I literally am down to like nothing. So if you have really oily skin, or if you just kind of get oily in the summertime, this moisturizer is going to be like just the best because it really moisturizes your skin. Like it's really saturated in there. It feels super just like hydrated really, but it also does a great job of keeping your skin from being too oily throughout the day. I used to not really think like, oh, you know, it's all in the foundation, but it really is like the bases that you use to. But this moisturizer is life. They used to sell it at Target. I haven't seen it at Target lately. I think they removed it from their line, so I'm not sure why. But I'm gonna have to find another way to purchase it. I'm not gonna use a primer, so I'm gonna move on to foundation. This one's the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation in the color Warm Sand. Is this too light for me? Or I think this will be fine. Little dual fiber brush. It's a Morphe one, but it doesn't say what color or like what brand or what style it is. Oh no, this is a good color. I put it in the center of my face, and this brush does a lot of the work for you, but I like to just put a little bit in the like forehead, not a ton. This is a very like dewy formula, but I normally just kind of wait a little bit before I go setting it because I kind of want it to set just a little bit on its own. So right now I'm going to be looking a little bit oily. But in the meantime, I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm using the Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the color SX08. This one's a great one for underneath my eyes, but it's very, very bright still. There's a darker color that I really wanted last year at the makeup show, but they like sold out of it like within the first 10 minutes of, I swear. I don't know what it is about that color, but every girl is that color, or that's their highlighting color or something. But I used a very teeny bit. Can you see how small that is? And I'm just gonna paint some. You can like, it looks like you need more just from what you're used to, but this stuff is just so emollient that you really don't need that much. Okay, now I'm going to take a beauty blender and blend that out. It's going to take me a while. Oh, I probably should have wet this a little bit more. So I want to know what your guys' favorite shows on Netflix are. I've literally just been binge watching Gilmore Girls. Me and my husband are watching Bloodline together. What's the other one that, oh, we just finished watching Black Mirror. It's amazing. Black Mirror is like a crazy mindfuck basically. Every episode is like, what? And like every episode's different, so you get to kind of like, you know, change your mind frame at every episode because they don't connect. But they have like a similar theme. But I love it so much. Oh no. So yeah, what shows are you guys watching that you're loving? Because I always need a show to kind of watch on my own or watch with my husband that we'll both like. Alright, I'm going to let the face set a little bit more while I finish the eyes. I use a little bit of liquid liner on my eyes. This is the one by NYX. It's a matte formula. I know that people are so hung up on the NYC one, but honestly I think this one is better. Beautiful formula. It's matte, but it also stays in your eyes like so much better than the NYC one. Like, you have to kind of scrub it away. So we're just going to keep this really, really tight. Not really as a liner, but just more as like a base for when I put on my false lashes. Alright, to highlight underneath my eyes while that's drying, I'm going to use the e.l.f. not e.l.f. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild little duo. This is like the contour palette in the color something yummy. Sounds good. I forget what it's called. Oh, caramel toffee. So I'm gonna take the tip of the beauty blender. It's really bright actually, but I kind of like that brightness for a dramatic look like this. I think the last time I wore this look, I just like loved how dramatic the face and everything was, so extra. And then everywhere else, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Better Skin powder foundation. This is amazing. One of my girlfriends is actually going crazy because she was trying this out to set her entire skin, and she's like, girl, I didn't have to blot all day. And I was like, I know. I'm just gonna set my entire face with that, with the beauty blender. Okay, very quickly, I'm gonna do my brows off camera and then put on my lashes off camera. The lashes I'm gonna use are, so the ones that I used in the last time that I wore these were these like Sephora brand ones, and they're just so clumpy, chunky. They look beautiful, but like the band is so hard to disguise. So I'm not gonna do those today because I kind of wanna, if my husband, I don't know, if we end up doing something, I wanna wear them out. So I'm gonna use the Ardell ones. These are the faux mink in, I'll put the number somewhere up here and also put the details below. But these are really comfortable. They feel amazing. They look beautiful. So I'm gonna put these on as well. The mascara I'm gonna use is Lash Stiletto by Maybelline, and I'll be back. All right, my lashes and my brows are on. You guys know, actually, do you guys know? I have a brow that is growing. So the top of this grows this way and then these all grow up. So this brow always has like a little problem with being part of the in crowd. Oh, that's better. I always have struggle with that brow. I'm gonna line my waterline with this nude pencil from Rimmel. It's just the creamiest one. It doesn't stay on super long because it's very creamy. So what I do with almost every liner, put that on. I take a really small angle brush, and I'm actually gonna put that on the color that I've been using on my brow bone and on my base, and I'm just gonna stamp that kind of to set that color. You may get a little bit of that color in your eyeball, but it goes away. And then just stamp it on. And that's gonna stay on so much longer than if you just put the liner by itself. It's kind of foolproof, honestly. It's the best thing I've ever done. All right, underneath the eyes, I'm gonna use pretty much every color that I used on my eyelids. I have to hold the mirror up here because I can't see. Is that okay? Yeah. Use that first color we use as a transition. I'm kind of bringing it low. I like a good blown out bottom lash line. And then closer to that, I'm going to take that darker color that I used before and bring it tighter on the lash line. And then I'm going to use a very, very dark brown, which is going to be this guy right here. And instead of using black, you can use this, or you can use your brow powder too, which I normally probably would do if I didn't have this thing out. And get that really close to the lash line. For my bottom lashes, I'm going to use this primer. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, just because I want the bottoms to be very, very full as much as possible to match the top mascara and lashes. Well, to match the top lashes, not the mascara. This you can find at Walgreens. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer is what it's called. All right, now I'm going to use the same mascara I used before to put a coat over it. And be super careful that you don't touch, which I already did, touch the waterline with the mascara. Always fix that with the eyeshadow. Ooh, my eyes are almost done. I'm going to be finishing with the eyes in just a second. So for my bronzer, do I have to even tell you at this point? I bought 2 backups of these and I was so excited because like, first of all, I was like so sad that I never bought more. And then I was trying to find one for my sister and I couldn't find one. And then you guys were telling me, oh my god, they're bringing it back, and I was like, what? Like, where? And I finally found it. So what I always do with my regular powder is dip it into a little bit of that, or just whatever's left, and kind of use that to sharpen up the edge. I don't bake. I don't think it's flattering on my skin tone at all. It like emphasizes the fact that I didn't match my skin right, so I don't bake. I'll take some of the bronzer and help create more of the bridge of my nose, which tends to disappear. And then for my blush, oh, last time I used was the Peaches blush, same old blush from MAC, and that's this guy right here. I do one of these. I barely tap it. What did I use for my highlight? I don't remember. I used the Kiko one. This is the eyeshadow in 208. It's meant to be used wet or dry, and I think I'm actually wanting to wet it today. So I'm first gonna put a little bit of layer, like a base, so to speak. Looks like kind of like a base. That's so pretty. And then put a little bit on my nose. I like nose highlight. I think it's cute. I don't necessarily love the bridge highlight though. That somehow like accentuates like all these crazy pores that I never knew I had in my nose area. I'm just gonna use this to buff it away a little bit. For my lipstick, I'm using the Milani. Oh wait, I didn't spray my face yet. Hold on. It smells so good. It smells so good. Okay, whenever I do that, I still take a little bit of my powder and just blot in areas where it's still maybe shiny, because the spray kind of enhances that a little bit. Just kind of go in and make sure that it soaks up any areas so that it stays shiny and dewy, the parts that like should be shiny and dewy. I'm using a lipstick from Milani for my lips. This is Matte Naked 61. Use that all over. And then, oh yeah, I remember I used this and I thought it was too pink. This is the Motives liquid lipstick in the color Reveal Me. They have two versions of the liquid lipsticks, and this is one of them. I don't really know the difference, to be honest, but I like them both. So this one's more peach than the lipstick, but I liked using them both together. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that to dry just a little bit, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of lip liner over. I know, backwards, but this is how my mind works, okay? I'm taking this old ass Coastal Scents lip liner. This is in the color Natural. So I'm just gonna outline a little bit. Alright, that's it guys. This is the final look. I hope you guys loved it as much as I did recreating it. Thanks so much for giving me that honest feedback on Snapchat. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, I'm going to put the link below, but I'll also put it right over here for you guys. And then I also have a lot of posts that I do on Instagram where I ask you questions and I put things on my Insta story. So I'll put those names pretty much down here. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys later and I'll catch you in another video. Bye guys!